In a quiet village nestled at the foot of a vast mountain range, there lived a young shepherd boy named Erin. He was known for his courage and his deep bond with the flock he cared for. Every morning, he would lead his sheep to the grassy meadows high up in the mountains, where they could graze in peace. One day, as the sun began its descent and the shadows of the mountains grew long, Erin noticed something unusual. The sheep, usually content and calm, began to stir and huddle closer together. Their bleats were nervous, and their eyes darted toward the darkening forest that bordered the meadow. Erin's heart raced as he realized what was wrong. Stories had long circulated in the village about a fearsome lion that roamed the mountains, but no one had seen it in years. Now, it seemed, the beast had returned.
Without hesitation, Erin grabbed his shepherd's staff and moved to the edge of the flock. His mind raced with thoughts of how to protect his sheep. He knew he was no match for a lion in strength, but he also knew the mountains well, their hidden paths and narrow ledges. As the lion emerged from the shadows, its golden eyes locked onto the flock. The sheep bleated in terror, pressing together in a desperate attempt to find safety. Erin stood tall, his staff gripped tightly in his hands. The lion prowled closer, its muscles rippling under its tawny fur. Erin's heart pounded, but he calm. He began to lead the sheep toward a narrow path that wound along the edge of a steep cliff. The lion followed, cautious but determined. As they reached the narrowest part of the path, Erin made his move. He guided sheep around a sharp bend, then quickly doubled back, positioning himself between the lion and the flock. He stomped his feet and waved his staff, shouting at the top of his lungs. The lion paused, surprised by the boy's sudden defiance. It snarled, baring its teeth, but Erin stood his ground. He knew that the narrow path left the lion with little room to maneuver, and that a single misstep could send it tumbling down the cliffside. For a tense moment, boy and beast faced off. Then, with a final roar, the lion turned and slinked back into the forest. Erin watched it disappear, his heart still racing but filled with relief. The sheep, sensing the danger had passed, began to bleat softly, gathering around the brave shepherd. Erin smiled and gently herded them back down the mountain toward the safety of the village. That night, as the villagers gathered around the fire, Erin told the tale of how he had faced the lion and protected his flock. The elders nodded in approval, and the children listened wide-eyed, imagining the fierce battle in their minds. From that day on, Erin was known not just as a shepherd, but as the protector of the flock. And though the lion was never seen again, the story of the brave boy who stood his ground in the face of danger became a legend, passed down through the generations.